Hi, this is Doll, and I wanted to share something a little different with you guys, and it's weeds. We've had a really wet season, so as you see, all these weeds, I've pulled them already from the yard, not in the garden. And there's one that's really sticky, and there's another that's the yellow clover, which I pull because if you don't, it really gets out of control. And then it leaves stickers behind it, and you can't walk barefooted in your yard because the stickers are really just painful, and they get everywhere. So I don't use any chemicals. I go out and spend an hour maybe every other day or once a week. It just depends what the weather. It just rained a while ago, so it's really nice out and comfortable to pull weeds. I don't want to have to pull them in the middle of the summer. But one of the things is there's a weed, and it's wild parsley. When I first moved here, it covered almost the whole front half of my acre. It was terrible. I've actually eliminated it in half, and I'm still working on it, but I went through and I pulled as much of it as I ran into, and I will recommend that to everybody because if you allow it to take over, it produces a lot of seed, and sometimes the plants don't even get more than 3 inches and they're already blooming. So this is something I don't use chemicals because I live near water, so I don't want that to go into the water. So I hand pull, and if you can't do that, pay the next door neighbor's 10-year-old kid to pull them, because it's a safer way to get rid of the weeds for the environment. So that's one of the things. Look, a clover covers a lot of ground. Let me show you the size of that thing. It's huge. So I pulled it up, and it looked like there was a million of them, but it was just one plant. So I always pull by hand. I don't use chemicals once again, because it's terrible for the environment, and if you're a gardener, you eventually wind up eating those chemicals. They wind up in your garden one way or another. So, like I said, while it's still early and it's still cool out, not cold, and you can go out there, you should go out there. Like I said, if you can't do it, pay somebody per weed if you want to, and just have that pulled, because a lot of these weeds they're invasive. They produce tons of seeds. Some of them just make your yard not usable. I've gone to yards where they've allowed it to get out of control, and you couldn't even walk barefooted out there. So yeah, this is another subject I think that is really important for all people who have lawns and gardens. Just try to, when the weather, it's been raining, so they're easy to pull. The roots really don't have anything to hold on to because there's nothing firm. It's so wet. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys today. And I'm just showing you, I put them in my driveway. I don't put them in my compost pile, and I'll let them dry out, and I'll run them over with my car, and they dry up and die. The roots have nowhere to grab hold of because I have the gravel. So once again, this is the best option is just hand pulling. Like I said, I live on an acre, and I'm diligent about it, and little by little I'm getting rid of these weeds that used to just cover everything and wouldn't even allow the grass to grow. But now I do have beautiful grass, but it's because I go out here and I pull all these terrible weeds by hand. Well, that's it for now. Later.